Amid North Korea's continuing brinksmanship, experts are saying that China, Pyongyang's closest ally, can play an important role in resolving the current crisis. This view is supported by China's recent support for sanctions against North Korea that were approved by the UN Security Council. Park Ji-won reports.
The U.S. and China were the two main drafters of a resolution that authorized a new series of sanctions against North Korea for its third nuclear test at the UN Security Council last week that was unanimously approved by the 15 council members. China had been reluctant to agree to sanctions on Pyongyang at the United Nations in the past. However, this time, China didn't back up its longtime ally.
Adoption of the resolution itself is not enough. Adoption of resolution is not for the sake of adoption, is not for the sake of the sanctions. We want to see full implementation of the resolution.
China's foreign minister later said at a news conference on Saturday that Beijing believes sanctions are not the fundamental way to resolve conflicts, and it won't abandon its relations with Pyongyang despite its support for the UN sanctions. However, if China fully joins the implementation of the newly approved sanctions, North Korea will suffer a heavy blow both economically and politically. China, the #1 trading partner of Pyongyang, accounts for some 60% of North Korea's international trade and is its closest ally. That's why China is believed to be able to play an integral role in maintenance of the peace and stability on the Korean Peninsula, and South Korea's diplomacy with China will become more important than ever.
South Korea can suggest a joint proposal along with the U.S. and China towards North Korea. We need to devise a creative proposal that can induce China into actively participating in the sanctions in case North Korea refuses the plan.
Experts also say the South Korean government needs to closely communicate and cooperate with the Chinese government as well as the U.S., and the joint approach by the three countries to the north is paramount in resolving the current crisis. Park Ji-won, Arirang News.